So I guess for 30 years I'd kind of done normal kind of goal setting where you do stuff that's a little stretching, attainable, realistic, accountable. But about 10 years ago, I began to discover that that kind of process only takes you so far in terms of you just do a little bit more than what you feel comfortable in doing. I kind of learned through a number of training programs and personal experience that when you set goals, they first of all have to be impossible. If they become impossible, then you actually know that you actually need to learn a new skill to get that goal. And thirdly, you have to become a bigger person to embrace that new future. And so I started on a journey that I began to understand goal settings weren't about conquering ground, getting an object, winning a race. It was actually you becoming a bigger person. And so I found that quite transformational as I understood those three aspects to goal setting. So with vision, wherever we find ourselves in the workplace, we are normally following a visionary, and we are also a visionary. Sometimes we're in charge of a component area of the business, but there's someone who's actually in charge of the overall business. And we have to work out our function and where we fit in that process. So the owner of the business has the primary vision for the company. But through delegation and empowerment, as an employee, we may be given a specific part of the business where we bring visionary juice into that, but it has to flow out of the primary visionaries or business owners' vision. Otherwise, we find we're creating waves and conflicts, and it's not a happy place to work. So leadership as influence is basic, rudimentary to all leadership function. And so how we gain influence comes through a number of different processes. I think one of the great processes is actually we become the servant leader. We actually have a team. We may be the visionary, but we're the leader. If we want us as a corporate group to get the best out of each other, then we serve into each other. The primary leader does that. He serves his actual group of people. The second thing, if you want influence, is you have to begin to do stuff with excellence. It'll do doesn't work if you want high capacity levels of influence. And so we're always stretching to do our very best. It's stretching to do our very best, not stretching to be perfect, because we know there's no one perfect, but we're on a process of actually getting better. One of the things I kind of signed up for a number of years ago, I really couldn't sign up for the principle that was often commonly spoken about in terms of excellence, but I could sign up for continuous improvement. So one of the values of our organization is we're an organization that is continuously improving. With that comes evaluation. As a result of evaluation, we take stock that allows our level of influence to come up with the people that we're connected with. There's been a great discussion for many years in terms of, is leadership a natural thing or by nature, or can it be nurtured? And probably the answer is both. There are people that would be born leaders. That is, they automatically have followers. They may have a strong personality. They may be a type 1 type person. That people gravitate to them. People listen to them. They're articulate. They are able to communicate complicated concepts simply. They find people follow with enthusiasm. They may be some natural skills that the person are born with, but then there's the nurture in leadership. That is, all of that will only take you so far. And so you have to learn to develop skills that will actually increase your leadership influence and also your leadership capacity. So whether it's people skills, whether it's budgeting skills, whether it's management skills, whether it's organizational development, all of that is the lot of the leader, and you actually know that you're a leader because some of those things start to you have inside of you created anticipation for something better than what you've already got. You don't have it, but you go out and you find out how to get it so that the organization can go forward.